First there was only silence and darkness, 3,000 meters below the surface of the ocean, where sunlight never reaches and the water presses with unimaginable weight on everything that lies there. For years, the wreck of this lost passenger jet rested on the seabed, its bright livery stripped away by salt and time, its stories preserved only in twisted metal and scattered debris. When the search teams finally found it, guided by sonar traces and tiny fragments on the surface, they discovered not a clean, intact aircraft, but a broken shell half buried in silt, covered in corals, barnacles, and deep scars from the sea. Remote vehicles glided through the darkness, their lights revealing shattered windows, torn fuselage sections, and seat frames collapsed like bones, documenting every detail before a single bolt was moved. This film follows that wreck on its final journey, from the silent depths where it slept for decades, through the precision salvage that lifted it back into daylight, to the long, patient work of stabilizing its corroded structure until, at last, it stands in a museum gallery, not as a restored airplane ready to fly again, but as a preserved witness to a mystery the world has never forgotten.
ROV-1 approaching target depth.
Copy that. Keep the umbilical clear of the A-frame.
Watch the starboard swell, steady as she goes.
Splashdown complete, tension holding steady.
Copy. Begin descent to target depth.
Watch the clearance on the starboard side.
Easy now, keep it coming down.
Tension set on the forward strap.
The pitting here is extensive, especially near the stringers.
Yeah, looks like galvanic corrosion accelerated by the deep sea environment.
The extent of the water damage is severe. Note the missing panels and heavy oxidation on the seat frames.
After decades under the sea, this is all that remains of the lost aircraft.
Every surviving rib, every frame, has to be mapped and understood before a single repair can begin.
We're not trying to erase the damage, only to stop time from doing any more harm.
Even a single pocket of trapped salt can restart corrosion from the inside.
Some parts will be stabilized in place. Others must be removed, studied, and sometimes left as they are, broken.
Controlled chemistry lets us lift decades of oxidation without erasing the story written on this metal.
We never want these pieces to look new. They are survivors, not replacements. Some structures are too far gone to support their own weight. Others, surprisingly, are still strong.
A recovered wreck is always a compromise between what can be saved and what must remain as fragments. Some parts have no strength left at all. They come away in layers, barely more than foil.
Discrete internal supports carry the load, so the wreck can stand safely, without pretending to be whole again.
We clean just enough for the structure to breathe, but the scars stay.
These faded letters are one of the last direct links to the people who boarded this flight.
Visitors will see this cabin almost exactly as we found it, except now, it's safe to stand beneath. We add just enough structure to tell the story, without finishing a plane that never came home.
The less loose material remains, the longer these fragments can tell their story.
We want visitors to read the wreckage the way investigators do.
To protect the remains, we seal the environment, not the story.
Nearby, we show what was lost by comparing wreck to whole. No fresh paint, no glossy finish. This airplane will never shine again.
Instead, we restore legibility of markings, of structure, of scars.
The cabin is left exactly as the sea returned it to us. From the ocean floor to a place of memory, this is still the same airplane.
This gallery is designed for quiet, not spectacle.
Visitors first meet the wreck from a distance, to feel its scale.
Then, step by step, the details begin to emerge. Light and sound stay almost invisible, so the airplane can speak.
From here, the wreck becomes part of a much wider story.
For the families, this is no longer just a headline. It is something they can finally stand beside.
Every buckle, every frame, every torn panel survived the same long journey.
We do not pretend to finish what the ocean began.
Instead, we hold this wreck in the light, so its story can endure. From the silence of the seafloor to this room of remembrance, the airplane has come as far as it ever will.